Hey, what's up? It's Zeals, and it's been a couple of days of Ganyu Impact. We were fortunate enough to get our hands on her earlier because I play on Asia server. There's 6 million of guys over at twitch.tv/ZealsAmbitions. We were able to take a look at her power upon release. Like, we were able to ricochet her shots, mouth blown open. I was just, on repeat about how you don't have to aim. Obviously, you want to aim to get more damage out, but you're not severely punished if you do miss and you're able to ricochet. But anyways, we were able to see her main damage, and I had to get offline, make a quick video about her potentials to let you guys know not only about her main damage, but her elemental skill, being able to generate energy by ticking twice right when you use it, as well as once it blooms, as well as her elemental burst. We'll talk about that more in this video, as well as, of course, the title and the thumbnail. Not only that, if you have a Ganyu or watched any streams, she is a potent hunter. I just missed one. It's what it is. But yes, she is an enemy of all wildlife in Genshin Impact. Very great for fishing. Timmy's birds, poof, gone. Barbecued on the spot. You know what? Factory fishing, frozen on the spot. But yes, the community has turned into Ganyu Impact. We know there has been thousands of videos. They're just blown away by her damage. Not just that, but of course her looks. She is so versatile. She can be main damage dealer, and she can do a support role, sub DPS, whatever you want to call it. She can do almost everything. The thing is, for me, Ganyu has the Trifecta. She's got the 3 things knocked off my list. She has access to melt. Yes, she's not gonna get the double damage going from cryo to reacting with pyro. That is gonna be ×2. The other way around with Ganyu is gonna be 1.5, but because of her multipliers with her charged attacks level 2, the bloom the bloom, as well as the initial hit, the multipliers are there. It's there. You've seen it. You know it. It doesn't matter if you want to go with the freeze route. Like I showed you guys in the initial video, I tried the 2-piece Glad with the 2-piece Cryo. This is a good alternative if you don't have a godly rolled. The substats do matter, guys. If you don't have a godly rolled Wanderer's Troop, then having to go with the 2-piece like I just showed you guys, or if your playstyle is like mine, I just love to freeze things, crowd control, so I went with the freeze route. And with that comes the very reliable crit rate, so you're always popping off. But yes, if you have a well-rolled Wanderer's Troop, this is very powerful, especially if you're using the melt reaction with her. In terms of the weapons, we tried Amos Bow, we tried Skyward Harp, not only for main damage, but for elemental skill. All that stuff, we'll talk about that more in detail. But I've tried all of them, stringless as well, but Amos will win. As for the 4-star weapon, the weapon that you're seeing on your screen is very powerful, as well as the one in the shop right now, Black Cliff as well. If you have that in your inventory, if you've already purchased that, whoa, where you going, bro? Right there is also good as well. I'm still keeping her at Constellation 0, and I wish that I have stopped summoning and just built her at Constellation 0 and tried her out, because I feel like, we'll talk about Constellation 4 and Constellation 1 in a little bit, but I just feel that Constellation 0 Ganyu is just powerful enough as it is. Like, it's C6 is like just, the constellations are just overkill. There's nothing right now that needs that kind of power. Unless you want to just, I don't know, log off faster by killing everything faster, I guess. But even with the free set, like I said, with the artifacts, I know it doesn't do as much damage as the Wanderer's set, but it's enough. 40k, 50k. Do you really need to do 100k? Sure, I could show you guys a couple clips of those without any constellations, any food buffs, yada yada yada. You guys know the drill. But yes, talents, I have only upgraded the main for now, but I'll be investing into these as well. As for her party, so many things work. You can go with the double cryo for the buff, the elemental resonance if you want to go with the freeze route, or if you just want that crit, that's nice as well. If you're lacking crit on your gear, your substats, you can go with the 2 pyros, or you can just go with 1 for melt. Xiangling, as I showed you guys in the initial video, very good because Guba, as well as her elemental burst, being able to constantly reapply pyro is great. Bennett, not very good for applying pyro, but of course that attack buff coming from his elemental burst is awesome, as well as the heals, because Ganyu is kind of squish. but I also like to run with Diona for not only the shield, a ranged shield to protect Ganyu, but also with her passive, Diona's passive, get that movement speed increase, as well as helping her with that stamina as well to get into position for Amos or just to create some distance. All that stuff. So many things can work. Singshu, weave in the normal attacks, you can freeze with that. And Mona, as I discussed in the last 3 previous videos except the summon video, which, by the way, you should go over there and join the Ganyu giveaway. Alright? Follow the instructions in that video. You'll see the video pop up after this video. Make sure you guys join there. I just want you guys to experience this awesome character. What a unit. So versatile. Going back to what I was saying, she has access to Cryo, the most overpowered elemental reaction, Melt. Not only that, number 2, she is an awesome, we beat her to death, main damage dealer. However, it doesn't just end there. Like Klee, awesome unit, main damage role, she's got it. But what about when it comes to support? Does she have that as well? I mean, she's got some, but when it comes to Ganyu, she has, I believe, way more. Even at Constellation 0, Constellation 2 and 4 will just make it even more ridiculous. But even at Constellation 0, her elemental skill, as we discussed in the first video, when you deploy it, if you hit enemies with it, gives energy particles. But once it detonates, not only do you get that beautiful rainbow, but you also get elemental particles as well. And that's gonna really help with the future characters like Ayaka, as well as Rosaria, the future Cryo characters. We'll get more into that. But wait a second. Can we talk about her elemental skill damage? It's pretty damn nuts. I know you saw the Melt reaction. Yes, her best friend as main damage. If you can clump things up with Venti and swirl fire by using Xianling or Bennett, just light your torch with one of those pyro characters. My Venti, let me show you guys. My Venti that you're seeing today is on purpose using a level 1 weapon and the artifacts, except the flower, to just keep it afloat. And what the heck? Okay, except that everything else is 0, 0, and a 4. The main reason why I'm doing this is to make sure these targets are alive, because Venti can pretty much kill things on his own. So I just wanted to make sure he's able to just crowd control, suck them all up, and of course swirl that pyro so I can do some nasty reactions to show you guys not only her main damage potential, well, you can do way more, but her elemental skill as well as her elemental burst. Her elemental skill once again has great damage, gives great energy. Not only that, it taunts, and yeah, AoE cryo effect, hits twice. If you need cryo, boom, that's your girl for Super Kondo or for Melt teams. It's not just Ganyu working together with other future cryo characters, but what about the future pyro characters like Hu Tao? Huge hype behind her as well. And speaking of hype, like Ayaka, already a massive hype. Right now is Ganyu Impact. If you guys haven't noticed, all eyes on her, right? Child, Albedo, Zhongli. I mean, I did do this, and do I regret it? Yes. Is it because he's bad? No, because this game is going to constantly create... I mean, look at the sales in Japan. Second day, not even the first day. Second day, they have made 5 million. Albedo couldn't even hit #1 sales in Japan. And with Ganyu, just massive sales. She is just proving to us and MiHoYo that this sells. And people are already talking about power creep and how she may be nerfed or something. They're afraid. Ganyu just proves to us that this is what's going to happen. So for those that did not get her, for those that are saving, in the future, there's gonna be always something to chase after. It's just how it works, right? It's a gacha game. That's how this company works. There's always going to be a carrot to chase. I think MiHoYo learned a good lesson with these 2 Geo bros. I know they're not related, but yeah. After that, I think, they know what to do now, hopefully. So if you did not get her, let's say you got an off-banner character as a free-to-play, don't be too sad about it, because there's always gonna be a new powerful character, new hype train to chase after. If you have her right now as a free-to-play, she is going to last you. If you're on the fence about whether you should summon for her, if you're about to proc pity with a rate-up character, a limited rate-up character, I think for now that she will stand the test of time, not because of her main damage potential, but also being able, she's very versatile. Elemental skill, giving energy particles in case you are going to target Ayaka or Rosaria in the future, right? Other cryo characters in the future, or pyro characters like Hu Tao. She is able to provide that cryo reliably, not through only her elemental skill, but her elemental burst. They did change it right before the release. It used to be 80 energy with 20-second cooldown. Now, as you see right now, after you cast her elemental burst, there is that cast time, the animation, but after finishing the cast, it starts ticking the 15 seconds. So what does that mean, Zeals? Whether you get Ayaka or Rosaria or whatever else awesome waifu in the future, she is going to provide a lot of energy as well as almost a permanent cryo damage buff, as we tested this right there. Why do I always misclick it? The Celestial Shower grants a 20% cryo damage bonus to active party members in the AoE, co-op, it doesn't matter. The active character, the one you're controlling, if you're standing within that massive circle, and massive damage as well. And it has that smart targeting as well as random targeting. So it's also great for not only future cryo characters, but listen, I'm gonna be able to provide that cryo debuff for whatever powerful future pyro character, well, both. Whatever powerful whatever powerful cryo or pyro, holy shit, so hard to say, dude. Whatever powerful character comes in the future, and Ganyu impact is over, the hype around her surrounding her has moved on. I think she'll be able to linger on through the test of time, not forever though, because it is a gacha game, right? Like I said, shiny things, they do come over time. For those who have access to constellations, Constellation 1, reducing cryo resistance, that's great. You can use this for support as well if you just want to provide that cryo resistance right there for 6 seconds. You don't even have to aim this once again because it reduces it with the bloom as well. So you can just quickly fire off, hit the ground, and then ricochet, reduce their cryo resistance, swap to your future cryo character. And with Constellation 1, you get more energy. Constellation 2, there you go, more energy as well as more cryo applications, right? And damage. And with Constellation 4, holy shit. Let's say you're playing Ayaka, right? A melee character, and you use Elemental Burst of Ganyu's, and you're getting that cryo damage bonus, 20% standing in it because you're melee. And of course, you're gonna get with Constellation 4, this right here, where the enemies are taking up to 25% increased damage taken. And her Elemental Burst, you can pretty much chain this back to back to back. As we discussed, ladies and gents, she is able to provide that awesome AoE, main damage, cryo, just damage overall, whether it's freeze or with melt, it doesn't matter. She just deletes things. But once another more powerful in terms of math, more shinier, prettier character comes along, she'll be able to back you up with her elemental skill and burst with that sub DPS or support role, whatever you want to call it. She's got the trifecta, ladies and gents. So if you're still on the fence, I think Ganyu is worth it. But if you skip her, don't you worry. If you didn't get her, don't you worry. This is Genshin Impact. More things will come, ladies and gents. If their sales drop, if they're getting complaints over there at MiHoYo, they're going to introduce another powerful waifu or husbando. So don't you fret, ladies and gents. And of course, just for fun, guys, I am doing that giveaway so that I can share this experience to hopefully a player that does not have Ganyu. So make sure you guys head over to that video that you're seeing on your screen. Make sure you guys go over there and enter. I'll be picking a winner very soon. I'll be picking another winner on twitch.tv/ZealsAmbitions. I don't know when, but it'll be happening. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Smack this video a like for the YouTube algorithm. I'll see you guys in the next video. Your boy Zeals out. Peace.